Hello everybody and welcome back once again. We're in the 2015 Jamboree week as tomorrow night all teams will be in action, and I'm here with the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, Coach Kevin Creasy. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well.
Good to see you. About 10 days, 10, 15 days ago we talked, and we talked a lot about you, and now we get into the meat of the conversation, and we're going to get the chance to talk about Oakland Patriot football. Camp has ended. You've had a couple of scrimmages. Tomorrow night, you're going to get 2 quarters. You'll get maybe 20, 25 offensive plays or whatever in that 2 quarters. But just the opportunity, put the Oakland Patriots on the bus, run over to Stewart's Creek, and get the headsets out, look at everything, and see what you like. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. You know, we've got a lot of different coaches coming from a lot of different places, and they've done things a lot of different ways. So it's kind of a dress rehearsal before you get on the big stage. And of course, we have a big first game, and so we need to make sure we get all the kinks worked out while we can.
Speaking of that, are you a time coach? Will you do everything like leave at a certain time? I want to arrive at the stadium at a certain time. Of course, you just put a little cushion there. We're not going far, but then team drops out. We're on the floor, pads up, yatta.
Yeah, we have an itinerary, and we're giving those out today, and all the kids will have them, all the coaches will have them, and we better stay on schedule as much as possible. But like anything else, it's hard for things to get rolling when you got 3 or 4 games before your game, and so we're expecting to be able to adjust on the run, kind of like coaching. So it's not that big a deal.
What have you been working on since then?
A lot of different aspects of the game. You know, we've done a lot of situational scrimmage type things with our JV being the scout team. You know, of course we're trying to get ready for Hoover. We play Laverne in the Jamboree. We've not looked at any Laverne film. I know they played them a couple times last year, but Laverne's going to give us a great test Friday. But you know, we're concentrating on Hoover.
What do you need? What do you need out of tomorrow night? I mean, you go in. What do you want? What do you want to come out of there when you sit down and let's take a look at this video? What do you need out of the boys?
Well, we just need to be polished. You know, we're still a little rough around the edges. We've seen that in a lot of our scrimmages. We've been lucky enough to have 4 scrimmages, and this part of the year you want to go in, and the biggest thing is you want to come out unscathed. You want to come out injury-free. The nature of the beast is a lot of times this time of year, some guys are getting dinged up a little bit,
yep.
And it's starting to take a toll on the body, and it's just starting the season. You know, it only gets worse. But with that being said, get out of there with as minimum injuries as possible. Make sure that you're looking polished, that you're looking, you know, like a team that's ready to start a season against a quality opponent like Hoover. Now, of course, we're playing a good opponent, so we want to block well, we want to tackle well, we want to throw well, all the little things that you expect to do in every ball game. But knowing that we're going against a good opponent like Laverne, it's going to be a good test for us.
What little you've heard, what do you think about their little running game?
They've got it going on now. I have to be honest. I've seen them in 707. We competed with them and had a great competition. I think we ended up winning by 1 touchdown. And like I said, our guys got along with them, competed well. You know, it's not your typical rivalry where everybody's pushing and shoving. Coach Stevens has done a really good job over there, doing great work with those quality players that he has. And then at the same time, I've heard that they have really big linemen and a really good run game. So if they tie in what we saw at 707 along with the run game, they're going to be hard for us to handle Friday and hard for people in 5A to handle for sure.
Won't get a chance to put the ball in the air, you know, a little bit. You will get to punt a little bit or a few things, but it won't be like going full speed when you can fly down and try to tackle. So you will get to work on just maybe 1 or 2 special teams. But then again, you're not a punter, so that may not be able to see that. You may stay full 4. Is that a possibility that you run your offense completely out all 4 plays? Is that a possibility?
We want our guys to be under the lights and see that pressure. Now, we've done special teams in every scrimmage so far.
Okay.
We've filmed it, we've studied it, we've got the sideline, the end zone copies. So we've really emphasized special teams. But there's something about being under the lights, you know what I'm saying, with the crowd. And I'm not sure how big the crowd will be, but I have a feeling people are so hungry for football that there'll be a pretty nice sized crowd. And that long snapper needs to see what it's like with 1,000 set of eyes looking at him. You know, the kicker needs to be able to make that extra point, even though there's probably not a rush. We need to be able to snap. We need to be able to catch it and hold, and we need to be able to kick. So all those things are very important, especially under the lights.
So those pieces and parts will be worked in, and you're going to work them and and you want to see, as Coach Dye always says, I want to see the intangibles. I want to see how you react to things.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, I hate to punt, but at the same time, Hoover may have us punting every fourth play. You just never know. So punting isn't always bad. Punting is a very valuable play, and our saying around here is punting's the most important play in football because it can make you win or it can make you lose quicker than anything.
Quickly, any accolades to the teams or anything to any players right now currently that are looking good and that you want to give a little shout out to because it's really important, I know, to the kids.
Well, we've had some good scrimmages, great competition with Ravenwood. Also went the other night with Father Ryan. Station Camp brought their team down here, had our only home scrimmage, and it was good competition. And then McCallie, you know, McCallie is the team that's really impressed me. They have a running back that's very hard to tackle. Their quarterback's been in their system for 3 years.
Former Brentwood Academy coach, I think.
Yes, and he does a great job.
Potter's pretty good.
He's a gun option guy, and their defense is stout. So they gave us plenty to work on, and like I said, it was great to be down on their facilities, you know, on the turf, and we stayed all day, but with practice limitations, we were only able to scrimmage a little while, but they were more than gracious to us. We used their nice-sized weight room. They let us bust out a workout, and then of course they fed us a couple times.
Great.
And like I said, he was a great host. And like I said, all of our scrimmages have gone well. And we've seen where we are. They've been good measuring sticks. And of course, Friday night's going to be the same way.
True gentleman you are. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Well, you know, our guys have responded well also. You know, we've had some growing pains. You know, the honeymoon's over with the new coach. Not Mr. Nice Guy as I was when I first walked in the door. But, you know, we've came to know each other. Our new coaches are working well with our players. And the biggest thing is, you know, they're starting to buy in. Half the teams in the state will be, you know, 0-1. Half of them will be 1-0. Depending on where we end up, it's not about the 1-0 or 0-1. It's how they react to both. You could go 1-0 and it screw up your whole season because you get a big head because you beat a Hoover. You could go 0-1 and screw up the whole season because everybody stops believing. The biggest thing is our guys need to see that it is not a sprint.
It's a long journey.
This season is more like a marathon, and it's really not where you start but where it ends. And whether we win or lose at the Middle Tennessee Classic, I know that our guys, they've got to make sure that they continue to believe in what we're selling. And what we're selling is a certain brand of football.
Well, all righty, let's wrap it up. So tomorrow night at Stewart's Creek High School, you be there for the Jamboree and watch the Oakland Patriots and the Laverne Wolverines.